All right, we are back now here at the KFYR Plus News Desk, and we are just waiting to be joined by Dr. Victoria Mazis, a physician, professor of medicine at the University of Arizona, and author of the new AARP book, Heal Faster. Now, she reveals how our bodies naturally recover and the small changes that can help accelerate healing at any age. Dr. Mazis, thank you for your time today. I sure appreciate it.
My pleasure to be with you.
So, what inspired you to write Heal Faster, and what gap in your understanding of healing are you hoping to address?
Well, I've been a doctor for almost 40 years, and I think this is what we all want. We all want to heal faster from whatever may be ailing us. And the science has really evolved so that we know of a wide range of things that you can do, from the physical to the mental, emotional to the spiritual, that will really help you to heal faster. And this is whether it's something that's short-lived, like the cold and flu season we're in right now, whether it's something that's more long-standing, reversing diabetes, or even preparing for surgery.
Now, you introduced the concept of rapid recovery reflex. What is it,
Yes.
and why do so many overlook it?
It is the innate ability of our body to recover. It's all of the underlying physiological mechanisms that we have, whether we eat a really rich dessert and our blood sugar spikes, but our body knows how to restore that to normal, the homeostatic reflex that brings it back into balance, whether we run up the steps and our blood pressure and our pulse go up, but then of course they come back down to normal. So we have all of these physiological mechanisms. They're a little invisible to us, and so they don't get the attention they deserve, and we haven't necessarily worked with them as much as we could to heal faster.
What are some of the biggest misconceptions people have about why healing takes longer as we age?
Well, I think healing does take longer as we age. That is one of the downsides, perhaps, of aging. Lots of upsides, but that's a downside. We know that when we're kids, we bounce right back, and it may take us longer as we're older. It may take us longer because we're all different. Genetically, we're different. We may have some kind of issue with our immune system that makes it take longer. The thing is that lifestyle, if we're well nourished, if we're well slept, if we are managing our stress well, if we're reducing our exposure to environmental chemicals, all of those things help our recovery reflex work more effectively so that we can recover more quickly.
Yeah, let's talk about the factors such as sleep, daily stress, or even diet. How do they slow down or help you, recover quickly?
I think people really underestimate how important sleep is. Everybody's always trying to carve off that time because we're busy, we'd like to get more done. But sleep is incredibly important in terms of our circadian rhythm, our biological clock, and what is supposed to happen at different times of day. So for example, when we sleep, we consolidate our memories. It's really important for our brain function. When we sleep, our microbiome, which is all of the bacteria and yeast and viruses that are naturally and importantly in our gut, work to restore our metabolism so that works better, and also our immune function so that that works better. So we really don't want to shortchange our sleep to be healthy. Healthy diet, we often think of an anti-inflammatory diet. That means that we're going to get our omega-3 fatty acids, usually from fish. We're going to eat lots of vegetables and fruits, and we're going to avoid those rapidly burning carbohydrates that spike our blood sugar and that then have to come back into balance. But in Heal Faster, I also talk about when other kinds of diets are helpful. Like if people have type 2 diabetes, eating a low-carb diet is often helpful for reversing type 2 diabetes. For depression, we know the Mediterranean diet can be really helpful for preventing or reversing. So all of these factors can be individualized. We can really focus on what are you willing to do? What are you able to do? Where do you want to get started? And let's work there, whether it's your diet, whether it's movement, whether it's managing your stress, which can also affect your healing response, whether it's reducing environmental toxins. Work where you want to start, and then we'll build from there.
You mentioned inflammation a moment ago. That often gets a bad rap. When is
Yes.
inflammation actually helpful? When does it become harmful?
That's such a great point that you're making. Inflammation, when it's chronic, can be a root cause of things like heart disease, even Alzheimer's, depression, things that end in itis, rheumatoid arthritis, ulcerative colitis. So that's when we think of it as being bad, when it's chronic. But in the short term, it is actually part of our body's rapid recovery reflex. So if you twist your ankle, sprain your ankle, it will get swollen, it'll be warm, it'll be tender. That is inflammation, and that inflammation is serving a purpose, so much so that we no longer tell people to ice or take anti-inflammatories, because we want to allow that inflammatory response to begin the healing process of that injury.
Okay. Your book encourages treatments with side benefits, not side effects. Can you explain that philosophy for us, please?
Absolutely. If you watch television and you see a new drug being marketed, it often will have a very long list of side effects, which of course nobody wants. But I point to all of the side benefits of many of the recommendations that I make in Heal Faster. For example, if you have elevated blood sugar, pre-diabetes, diabetes, I recommend that you take a walk within 30 minutes after exercising, because this is going to help move your blood sugar down towards normal. And it's important that it be within 30 minutes. If you walk faster, that works better. But it not only helps to restore the blood sugar to normal, it also may reduce stress. It may help you with weight loss. It may help you regulate your blood pressure as well. So it has these side benefits beyond the lowering of blood sugar. Let me give one other example. I speak about and write about dietary supplements. So if you take magnesium because you want to prevent a migraine headache, there's good evidence for that, but it also has side benefits. It may help you relax and reduce anxiety. It may help you sleep better, and it can even reduce constipation, which of course nobody wants and is pretty common.
Let's talk about simple daily practices that most people can start today to support their faster healing.
Well, one I would say is using your breath. So the breath is free, always available, and you can use your breath to relax your nervous system. Lots of us experience a lot of stress a lot of the time. And so with a breathing practice, you want to slow your breath down, you want to make it deeper and more regular. And I write about a variety of breathing practices, but that's the underlying principle for all of them. When you do that, slow it, make it deeper, make it more regular, you are activating the vagus nerve, which is this very long nerve that runs from your brainstem all the way down into your pelvis and hits just about every organ. The vagus nerve is the quieting side of the nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system. And when you quiet your nervous system, you are activating your healing responses to all kinds of things. It's something that benefits all of us.
Okay. Where can viewers learn more, Dr. Mazes, and where can we get the book?
The book is available everywhere. It's at bookstores, it's online. Amazon editors just named it as a top nonfiction for January 2026. And of course, you can go to aarp.org/healfaster and find lots of information about it there.
Fantastic. Dr. Victoria Mazes, physician, professor of medicine at the University of Arizona, and the author of the new AARP book, Heal Faster. Thank you for your time and insight today.
Thank you. I hope everyone listening heals faster.
Thank you. Have a great day. 9 minutes now after the hour. Let's take a break here at the news desk. We'll be back with a look at your local news headlines next.